Hey everyone, my name is Carly and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 in my Goodreads rating versus my ratings book. Last video was the Goodreads lowest rated versus my rating. Basically what this is that I went on my Goodreads page and I went to my read books and I sorted them by Goodreads highest or lowest rating. For this one it was Goodreads highest rating, and I'm going to compare the Goodreads average highest ratings to my ratings. So let's just get into it. The first one I have on this list is The King's Ben by Nora Skavik. Goodreads average rating was a 4.64 and my rating was a 5 out of 5. This was the second book in All for the Game series, and wow, those books were so good. They were so much fun. Basically, you follow this one kid who's kind of on a run, and throughout the books you figure out why he's on the run, but he ends up joining this college team, sports team, and he plays this sport that is made up just for this world. It's not an actual sport, and he's really into it, and it's just his relationship with the people on the team who all have their own issues, and his life and college and trying to get used to the fact that there's people that care about him and he has a safe spot. That's all I'm gonna give about that. The second and third books in these series are super good. Lots of action, lots of I think they all ended and I was like, I need to start the next one so that I know what's gonna happen. And I totally understand why the average Goodreads rating for this is as high as it is, because yeah, it's really good. If that at all sounds interesting to you, go check them out. So good. The next one I have on this list is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, and the Goodreads average for this was a 4.62 and my rating was a 5 out of 5. This is the second book in the Six of Crows duology. Yeah, it was just super exciting. You didn't have to already meet the characters. You knew the characters. There really wasn't much added, but there was just action and fun. Yeah, just lots of stuff happening, and I could hardly put the book down. So again, that average Goodreads rating is super understandable because this was a great sequel. The third book I have on this list is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. The average Goodreads rating for this was a 4.56 and my rating was a 5 out of 5. So I wrote these lists a while ago because I meant to film these videos a while ago, and I'm kind of surprised at how, this is middle of the pack for this list. This book is. This follows our main character Star, who witnesses her childhood best friend being killed by a police officer in front of her. Basically follows the Black Lives. It's basically a book about the Black Lives Matters movement and the Star coming to terms with, well, just dealing with watching such a traumatic, being part of such a traumatic thing, as well as creating her own voice on said subject. It is so good. I think anyone and everyone should absolutely read this book. It's so powerful. And that's why I just said that I'm kind of surprised it says middle of the pack at a 4.56, because this book is just amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. So good. Everyone needs to read this, and I'm really excited to see the movie that is coming out soon. The next one on this list is The Nightingale by Kirsten Hanna. The Goodreads rating is a 4.55 and my rating was a 4 out of 5. This one follows two sisters and their experiences during World War II. One sister becomes part of the, she's against the Nazis, part of that secret group. I cannot think of the word for now. And one sister lives in the home little town, just trying to wait for her husband to come back and just trying to survive with this Nazi occupation. Really powerful stuff. Towards the end it got really hard to read. Definitely moments, but definitely towards the end it got really hard for me to read, but it's really powerful, and it was such an interesting, it was such a different view of I feel like normal, other World War II-esque books. So it was really cool just to read about these two women and their different experiences during Nazi occupied France during World War II. It's a very strong prose and writing and strong book. So a 4.55 makes perfect sense for this book. And the last book I have on my list is The Raven King by Nora Skavik. This one's average Goodreads rating is a 4.47 and my rating was a 4 out of 5. Did I mess up and say that So The King's Man was the first book I mentioned? That is the last book in this series. The Raven King is the second book in this series. Same plot, same thing. I still have some of the same options. Like, that last book was such a great ending to that book, the series. The second book just continued the greatness that the first book already had and led into the last book, allowing it to have a really strong and enjoyable ending. I hope this made sense. Those little mix-ups, because it's been almost a year since I've read those books, and I've read many books in between those books and now. So sorry about that. But All for the Game is still such a great series. I highly recommend it. You should read it if you want like a really fun, just kind of over the top book. That's how I'm gonna describe that. Anyway, those are my Goodreads, the Goodreads ratings, average ratings compared to my ratings. If you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button, and I would like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you guys again with another video soon. Bye.